The college football experience, Texas Tech Red Raiders 2023 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks, brought to you by our very own Patreon. Score exclusive perks, content and contests, including our NFL win totals contest with $1,000 prize up for grabs. Join today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app to get last minute tickets to, at the lowest price guaranteed. Use the promo code CFBX for $20 off. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to FGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Texas Tech Red Raiders 2023 season preview episode. Oh, I'm excited to talk. Look, I was on the over last year with Joey McGuire in his first year. Hopefully you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience, as the Red Raiders had their best season since the Mike Leach era. And as you know, Coach Leach was a very good friend of ours on the pod. And they're even doing something to honor Coach Leach this season, which I don't know. I don't know that he would have been on board with it. We'll talk about it. Perhaps you're wondering just who the hell you're listening to. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
We're talking Red Raider football here. Bam Morris, remember? Oh, Byron Hanspart, Billy Joe Tolliff,
Billy Joe,
Cliff Kingsbury. Well, I don't know if you want to. He's still a Red Raider at heart. Sonny Cumbie. They got guys, buddy.
Michael Crabtree,
Timmy Smith, Super Bowl, rushed for like 2 million yards in the Super Bowl in 1987. Let's go. Let's talk all about it. Michael Crabtree, obviously that big game against the Texas Longhorns. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast, which you need to be subscribed to because it's fantastic. They call him the man in the box. And his name is CJ Sullivan. How you doing, CJ Sullivan? I was thinking about going XFL introduction for you. I didn't.
That's good. That's good. And we will be part of the college thing. I'm like, we're parlaying this together.
Starting Mondays. Starting Mondays for the college football season.
Impossible have Thursdays. Look at all these whites that went to Texas Tech. I'm just looking at the Wes Welker. We forgot.
Amendola. Yeah.
We said Billy Joe. Zach Thomas.
Yeah.
Billy Joe Tolliver, which we already mentioned, but Jesus Christmas.
They got guys, buddy.
They got short little whites. They like tossing out there.
Look, a great first year for Joey McGuire. It was a big time high school coach in Texas.
Big time high school coach. You're up on him?
I was bullish on the hire. I thought it was a good hire, and a lot of close games. They, overtime win against the Houston Cougars, overtime win against the Longhorns. But look, you come in year one, you win 8 games, and you beat Texas and Oklahoma. They're gonna love you. They're gonna love you in Lubbock. What'd you make of that? And how about you beat the tar out of Lane Kiffin in the bowl game?
Yeah, they finished hot.
Yeah,
they finished hot. They won their last 4, was it, or whatever? They won on a streak there at the end.
You know what was so impressive was the fact they had 3 different starting quarterbacks throughout the year.
That's right.
To win throughout, quarterback injury.
Yep,
is impressive to me. Now, We'll see as year 2 enters. What did you think of? I mean, so far you got to say slam dunk hire, right?
Slam dunk hire. Some people say the jury's still out on him as far as
Fair
high school because I mean, it's still incomplete a little bit.
Well, he only went 142 and 42 in high school,
right.
but I mean, yeah, and
absolutely. But if you want to compete with the Texases and Houstons, you know what I mean, like the kind of
got to grab those dubs.
You got to grab those bigger players, and with the high school coach, I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends. I love Texas Tech. I like this team this year a lot. But they say the roster, you can tell that roster is just not quite the top Big 12,
But look, some people
size-wise.
they're coming with a lot of they're preseason top 25 in the coaches poll,
Yeah,
I believe.
Absolutely.
They are coming in with a lot of hype. I've heard a lot of people say they're the sleeper to win the Big 12 this year.
I've read that as well.
And and just so you know, folks, the odds on Big 12, if you are bullish on Texas Tech, which we're going to talk offense, defense, special teams, go game by game on the schedule, talk about the transfer portal as well. But just in case, if if you're considering that, maybe you're a Red Raider fan, you say this is going to be our year.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 1,000 to win the Big 12 over in DK.
I like off the bat. I like that. So Texas is going to Texas.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. In that final game of the year, Texas Tech goes into Austin. There's no way. Mm-hmm. There's no way Texas will win that one. Horns down. Look, we're gonna get to all that stuff, but before we do that, I want to tell you that the college football experience is brought to you by Game Time. Yes, look. Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be stressful. And I can tell you, I specifically one time I was in the great state of Montana doing some comedy at shithole bars. And I saw that there was a Montana Grizz football game. Well, first off, it's impossible to be in Missoula throughout the week during the football season and not have people talk about the football game. Right. It's part of the culture up there. So I said, "Whoa, you couldn't pass as a Montana student." So you're like, "Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can hit the box office." Well, I tried using the apps to try to get something and striking out there. And then I said, "Okay, I'm at the bars Thursday, Friday because they were going to play Eastern Washington with the whole Cooper Cup. Right? It was top 10 matchup. Cooper Cup. And get yourself a cup of Cooper Cup, dude. It was a hard ticket to find. It was a really hard ticket to find. So eventually I ended up paying like 3 times what it should have cost to go to that game. So I wish there was something like Game Time out at the time, because buying tickets to your favorite events shouldn't be that stressful. Game Time is fast and it's an easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, even music, even comedy, theater, whatever near you, essentially, with killer deals on last minute tickets and really the best price guaranteed. You can stop stressing over tickets and you can start getting hyped for all the fun you're going to have at the event. Yeah, you get yourself a Matt Rife ticket, maybe if you want, something like that. Yeah, I mean, you're out there in Montana, Public Enemy. Right? They're known to tour. Why not, dude? Once they did that thing with Anthrax, you knew that they could hit like Montana. Yeah, to do the Yellowstone tour up there. Anyway, I mean, this thing is fantastic. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the last second. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. The Game Time guarantees you'll get the best possible price. Get this. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. I mean, that's a deal. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, we are back on the college football experience. Look, man, you do comedy. You're out there, man. Do you ever hit Missoula? Missoula, it's great comedy up there for sure. Absolutely. So maybe you want to catch the man in the box live. Hit me up on Game Time. There you go. There we go. There we go. Get yourself some CJ Sullivan tickets. Some Sullivan tickets are out there. Save the Matt Rife for your girlfriend. Come see me. I beg to differ there. That's where I draw the line. All right, go see Sullivan regardless.
Bring the ladies.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's a cheaper ticket, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Amen. Look, we're gonna talk portal. This is the part where CJ sits back and I just yell out
I
shit.
love it. This is when you read off the throughout the scroll, the NASDAQ report, and then such SMU, Baylor.
And we try to grade if they won or lost the portal.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do this 5 years ago, but now we do. So departing is linebacker Derek Lewis. He's heading to the Word. They call it the Word, incarnate Word.
The Word. ICW.
Quarterback who started a couple games a season ago, Donovan Smith, heads out to the Houston Cougars, who are in the same conference. Now, last year they weren't. So that's a little bit of a loss in a way, depending on how you look at it. Cornerback Amari Jones is in the portal. Safety Reggie Pearson. This one hurts. To the Oklahoma Sooners. Disgusting.
You don't do that.
Disgusting.
There's just some things you don't do.
Absolutely disgusting. And look, I'll cue up this. I mean, yeah, it's just disgusting. Offensive tackle Ethan Carday. Probably Ethan Card, but he's at Boise State with the Broncos. He's saying buck 'em Broncos. Michael Shanahan, not Mike Shanahan. Michael Shanahan says, I'm out of here. I'm done with Lubbock. I'm in the portal. All right. Offensive tackle Larry Moore heads out to North Texas and Denton, Texas.
Yeah, good of you, Larry.
Defensive lineman Philip Belidi heads out to the Indiana Hoosiers. They had two guys leave for the Indiana Hoosiers. Safety Kobe Minor also headed out to Bloomington. Defensive lineman Sincere Massey heads to Abilene Christian, the Wildcats. Wide receiver Trey Cleveland to North Texas. Offensive lineman Cade Briggs to Arizona State, the Sun Devils. Cornerback Hut Graham. That's a great name. Sounds like you're reading something from like the 1920s. It's like best player in the 1920s was Hut Graham. He's in the portal. Offensive tackle Trevor Roberson. He's in the portal. Offensive lineman Eric Gray, portal. Offensive tackle Jack Tucker heads out to the Flaming Libs at Liberty University.
That Liberty?
Yeah, you gotta love that. Linebacker LB Moore's in the portal. Offensive tackle Caden Weatherby.
So a linebacker named LB.
Oh, that's pretty genius, right? And that's everybody. Substantial. I would say the biggest loss was Smith, but you have clearly that injury to him last year wasn't the end of the world because they kept winning. But Reggie Pearson, the safety, heading out to Oklahoma. Probably one of the biggest losses, maybe.
Painful.
Yeah. So incoming. Oh, if you subscribe to the FCS College Football Experience, which I host as well, because last year doing the FCS show, I know his name on this 24/7 Sports says DeAndre McCray. I know him as Dre McCray. Austin P. wideout. This guy's a fucking stud at Austin P.
McCray.
Yeah. Can he do it in Lubbock is the question.
Absolutely.
At Austin P.
Number one.
He was the man. So that's a huge get. Defensive end Terrell Tillman comes in from the Oregon Ducks, who are on the schedule this year. Like that. Offensive tackle Rusty Stats coming in from the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Safety CJ Bakersville coming in from San Diego State. San Diego State keeps a good defense, so that's a nice little get there. Defensive end 4-star transfer Steve Linton heads out of Syracuse. Says, I'm done with this fucking Carrier Dome. You know what I mean? I'm out of here. I'm going back to Texas.
You don't know how to play football the right way.
They don't know how to play football the right way.
Taking his ass to Texas.
Yes, and he bounces down to Lubbock, and then defensive lineman Quincy Ledet. Ledet, I think it might be, from ULM coming into Texas Tech, and then cornerback Braylon Lux
lied it.
Yeah. Braylon Lux coming in from Fresno State, won a Mountain West championship a year ago in Fresno. I would say they won just because we know the loss of Donovan Smith is not substantial to them.
And we know what Dre McCray is.
Yeah. I would say they won the portal. Most times when you lose a starting quarterback, you say you lose the portal, but this is a rare situation where I think you say they won the portal. Would you agree?
I agree. Dre McCray is the guy from Austin Pay. He's a stud. And with this offense, what they're going to do this year, and like you said, with the quarterback, they got Tyler Shough back. He's their quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
If he stays out, I mean, it's going to hurt if he gets hurt.
Now,
which he only has been the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he's an Oregon transfer. And look, they're on the schedule.
It's a big if.
Tyler Shough. Now, here's the thing. I've been saying it's Tyler Shough, but sometimes they say it's Tyler Shough.
Shough.
Yeah.
I can see in Texas. It's yeah.
Something.
Yeah. You're not in Nebraska.
Watch out. Some say Tyler Shough. Some say Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough could be. I don't know.
Listen, Tyler, if we want to market you, you're going to be the show. Okay. It's Tyler Shough.
You're in Lubbock. You're the fucking show.
Yeah, you put on a show. We put on a show. You ain't Shough. You ain't in Nebraska. We ain't shucking corn in Iowa. You're Tyler Shough.
Tyler Shough. And he gets a chance to pay revenge on a team that decided to start a different quarterback than him.
And it's in Lubbock.
It is in Lubbock. We're going to talk about that game in a minute here. This offense, though, Zach Kittley was. I mean, he was Bailey Zappi's offense coordinator at Western Kentucky when he threw for 7 million touchdowns. Yep. Previously, before that, he was at Houston Christian where they set big time records. Kittley last season. 26th in scoring offense, 58th in rush offense, 12th in pass offense, 22nd best offense in the nation. What a year one in Lubbock.
34 points a game. This to your man McGuire to high school. What a great hire.
With three different starting quarterbacks. That's phenomenal.
Yep.
You look at the offensive side of the ball, and like you said, not only should you be happy, even if Shough goes down, Behren Morton, who started some games and looked pretty good as well.
Yeah.
They're in a good spot. That's why I don't think the Smith loss hurts as much as, you know, a lot of teams when you lose a guy that started multiple games for you, a quarterback, that's a loss. Not necessarily here. And get this, they returned 11 starters on the offensive side of the ball.
Amazing.
11.
They're returning so much, and there's so much experience coming back. And you give this offense another year. Kittley's off. That was just them learning his offense. Year. So
I
think they're going to improve.
You got Tyler Shough, Behren Morton, both quarterbacks. The running back situation, Tahj Brooks is back.
They lost Roderick Thompson, of course.
Yeah, which you know, but
that's fine. I mean, Texas Tech always has skill players, up and down. They that's never a problem.
Yeah, and then you add in Dre McCray. You got him with Myles Price. I have a really hard time pronouncing the Fouonji.
I'm not going to help you with that.
Yeah, I don't know, but also Jerald Bradley. All those receivers are back.
Yep.
Nehemiah Martinez, the tight end Baylor Cup.
Gerard Bradley.
Baylor Cup. Any relation?
How many cups can there be?
Any relation to old Coop?
How many? How many pints?
For some reason, I do think it is his brother, but I could be wrong.
How many cups in a liter?
Don't ask me that question, but I tell you this: the whole offensive line is back, and also, man, that's what I'm saying. They're 6 deep on the O line with guys that started.
Yep.
Gotta love that. And actually, I think you can say 6 deep, maybe even 7. The defensive side of the ball for this is one where Tim DeRuyter comes in, former Fresno State head coach.
Love Tim DeRuyter.
And year one, if I rattle off these numbers, you're gonna be like, no, he didn't do a good job. But no, they did a good job. They had a first round draft pick, and I thought they did a great job improving. Now,
yes,
there's still room to improve.
That's the key word. It was an improving defense. And of course they lost Tyree Wilson. But other than that, I mean, like you said, the numbers aren't great.
Yeah.
He let up 29 points a game. That's not that great, but it's also Big 12. Let's see. They gave up 6.2 yards a snap in Big 12s, which was an improvement off of what
that's
they did
what I'm
before.
saying. To me, they showed signs of this defense getting better. 92nd in scoring defense a year ago, 90th in rush defense, 102nd in pass defense, starting at 107. You say, what? That's got to be a contender if you're in the 107s or 100s. Right. But I would argue that I think they should take another step forward even this year, despite losing a first round draft pick. They do return 6 on the defensive side of the ball, and then they were active in the portal. They return, if you count the transfer from Syracuse, Linton, as a starter, which he was, at Syracuse,
right?
That would be 4 starters on the defensive side of the ball. But I'm only going to say 3 or 4 back on the D line. Miles Cole, Jalen Hutchings, and Tony Bradford. They're all back. And also Joseph Adidere, I'm probably butchering your name, but he had 6 starts a season ago. So they run pretty deep on the D line there, despite losing a first round draft pick. The linebacking core, you bring back just one though, Josiah Pierre. All right. Jacob Rodriguez is penciled in to be the new guy. He played in 12 games a year ago, just didn't start. And then CJ Baskerville from San Diego State, going to be that star linebacker spot, 335. So, yeah. Secondary returns 3 of 4. Malik Dunlap and Rashad Williams will be, those corners are back. Well, Dunlap was previously at NC State, second team all Big 12 a year ago. They also bring in the kid from Fresno. Bringing in a new safety though. Tyler Owens comes in from the Texas Longhorns. So he got one start a year ago. But you return Taylor Demerson at the other safety spot. Where's the weakness on this team, buddy? Besides, I mean, look, the defense is probably still the weakness, but it's improving.
No, they're improving and a lot of depth and experience, which is good. The secondary, I mean, they got to replace players with so the secondary is going to be troublesome. A lot inside linebackers is also. I mean, it's all about who they're playing. They were active with the portal with that on defense. So you have to see how that turns out. I like that guy from Syracuse. What's his name? Steve Linton.
Yeah, Steve Linton. Now, how about this
He's
one?
He's a starter for sure. I mean, and apparently they love him.
He's gonna start, and then
good football IQ. Football IQ.
That's the type of guy they're looking for in Lubbock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're not looking for that in Austin.
And he was smart enough to get out of Syracuse.
Yeah, always smart to get out of Syracuse. Punter Austin McNamara. Is back. Started 13 punts. Started as a punter, not 13 punts, 42 punts.
You gotta love this. What are your thoughts on this? Texas Tech, they famously do the open tryouts for kickers, right?
And who started that? It's old Coach Leach.
Yeah, of course. Coach Leach.
Friend of the program there. So I dig that. So they brought in Gino Garcia from Houston Baptist. Kitley was at Houston Baptist. I imagine that was the connection. He was 32 of 46 on field goals, 27 starts.
Gino Garcia, I like that. Mexican Italian.
I love it. They also have Stone Harrington back there trying to get it out there. So all in all, let me ask you this. The offense, will it be better than 22nd in year 2 of the Kitley experience?
Wow. Well, I think as long as Tyler Shough remains to
be the show.
Yeah. Remains to shuck upright. Yeah. And then, with this offense, another year under Kitley. I mean, I think it's going to get better. I really do.
Yeah. And how about the defense at 107? Can it be better? You lose a first-round draft pick. Can it be better than 107? Can it be in the 80s?
It can get in the 80s and it won't make drastic improvements, but it's in the right direction. So yes, I think it will improve.
All right. Well, look,
I see why people are high on this Texas Tech.
I can see why when you bring back that many players. We're going to go game by game on the schedule. But before we do that, I want to tell you that the college football experience, Texas Tech Red Raiders 2023 season preview episodes brought to you by Sports Gambling Podcast Patreon. Yes, sign up for the Patreon to get access to exclusive contests, including the NFL Win Totals contest with a $1,000 first place prize. Besides season-long contests, they also have weekly contests just for the patrons, plus a monthly SGP Stories podcast, completely ad-free and full of behind-the-scenes stories from SGPN. You might hear a little Coach Leach story on there. Might hear a little Lenny Dykstra story on there. Perhaps even a Joey Theismann, who's a friend of the program. We have some good stories with old Joey T.
He pronounced his name 2 different ways. I mean, he went from Theismann to Theismann.
Yeah. So if anything, can Shuck.
So he can tell Shuck to make it show.
Yeah, definitely. He's Shuck.
Yeah,
he's Shuck. He's one phone call from Joey T.
You want your name to grow? You make it Shuck.
You Shuck. There's even a Discord channel just for the patrons. Only you can prevent corporate gambling, folks. Do your part and sign up today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. All right, we are back on the college football experience. Texas Tech Red Raiders 2023 season preview. And hopefully you're watching on YouTube. Remember, youtube.com/the college experience. And look, that's the hub for all of our solo podcasts. This is the college football experience. We also host the FCS college football experience. There's also the college basketball experience. Very excited about the Grant McCaskill hire with the Red Raiders. And when the college basketball season tips, I'll be here every single night of the season. We already have some preseason episodes up. Go check them out. Also, the college baseball experience. All right. I know Sonny Dykes played some baseball with old Texas Tech.
Baseball. Who didn't?
Subscribe. Check out that. We come together as well. We also have the Big 12 experience. Yes, go check out that. All those podcasts come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. Subscribe, tell a friend. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, you see, shout out to this graphic because it looks nice, real nice. And the win total sitting at 7.5. Whoa, wait a second. You returned that many starters, CJ? And wait, they won what, 8 last year?
Won 8 last year. They had to get hot at the end to do it. including beating Texas and Oklahoma. But like I said, and returning all these players, the schedule's a little favorable. I don't even think they have to play half those guys this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got, and the fact they don't even play Oklahoma.
Exactly. Or Oklahoma State.
I'm
already leaning over. With your guy, Joey McGuire, the high school riverboat Texas gambler.
Show me the money.
Yes. He, most fourth, you know what I like about McGuire? I will say this about McGuire. They went for fourth down by most in the country, I believe. It was most team in the country.
He says this old Lovie Smith philosophy is for the dogs. Yeah. All right. Like we're going out there and we're going to convert on fourth down.
52 times they went for 63% clip.
Staying aggressive, buddy.
Love it.
Staying aggressive.
That's Texas Tech ball.
That is Texas Tech ball. So let's go through it because Saturday, September 2nd, they have this is a sneaky trap game. Look, first off, if you're not aware, Laramie, Wyoming is the highest elevation for any college football team in America, right? And for some reason, these teams that just randomly will schedule away games there, they normally lose. Ask Missouri out of the mighty SEC. Ask UCLA. Ask Texas A&M back when they were in the Big 12. Ask Virginia. They've all gone up there. And not only have they took it out, most times they get their ass whooped. Now, the benefit here is it is week 1, but it is a passionate fan base. It is a very high altitude. And Wyoming's a pretty decent team. They made a bowl a year ago. I was at Mountain West Media Day this past year. Craig Bowl, very confident, thinks this is his best team yet. He thinks he has a shot at winning the Mountain West Championship this year. And why this game is crazy to me is because it's in Laramie and it's right before the Oregon game. So it's kind of a look ahead. And I'm taking Texas Tech because I think they're the better team. But could I see them losing this? 100%.
Yeah.
Who are you taking in this game?
Well, I think, like you said, week 1 is what saves Texas Tech in this situation. If this was down the road a little bit, I would be very weary. This game,
because normally week 1 you are laser focused because you've been practicing.
Even for months you've been locked in on this team.
I'm more afraid of the Wyoming game than the Oregon game because I think they're beating Oregon in Lubbock.
All right. Well, I'm taking a W in Wyoming. I'm not. We can't be this high on a sleeper team and then they lay an egg.
Yeah.
That way.
So 1-0, and then I got them beating Oregon in Lubbock mainly because it's in Lubbock. If this was in Eugene, I would take Oregon to win by double digits probably.
Yeah, a little bizarre that they don't have a buffer in between that. You could already have a look ahead game as your opener, Wyoming, because you're looking ahead.
That's what I'm saying. That's Wyoming's the sneakier one, man. I think they get the Ducks in Lubbock. That place is going to be fucking bananas. Great fans there.
Great place to play a game at the Wasia game. When they get up on it, it gets loud there. And it gets uncomfortable.
100%. And then they're home to Tarleton State. Tarleton State's a team that's fastly on the rise in the FCS. They're throwing money behind their program. You know how that is in Texas. We got to have a fucking. We're not playing football. We got to let's throw $10 billion into starting football. 3-0 is what I got them doing. All right. 3-0, and then comes one of these wacky games as they go all the way to Morgantown, West Virginia.
Now West Virginia's down, right? You have to help me.
That's a far fucking trip, though.
Yeah,
you got to get on 6 airplanes, 3 buses. I mean, what do you fly into Pittsburgh?
If this was a week before, if this was right after Oregon, I could see them dropping this game, no problem. You know, it's still going to be gonna be a sneaky one, but because they have that buffer zone, I think they keep this thing rolling.
I'm going to say this. I think they drop between West Virginia and the next game, which is home to the Houston Cougars, taking on Dana Holgorsen, former Mike Leach assistant. And this is the game they're going to honor Mike Leach. Now, we should hesitate for a second here because I think, obviously, Mike Leach, when we would talk to him, he would say, like, I love the people in Lubbock. I just don't love the administration, school. I don't know that he would be okay with them honoring because he was very outspoken on the fact that they owe him money. And if they wanted to honor him, he would not. You know, Coach Leach was very hard headed on his ways, and I don't know. This is a 50-50 game to me because I Holgorsen not only coached under Mike Leach, he played under Mike Leach. Very good friend of Mike Leach's. Might be a little personal for old Dana Holgorsen.
I like that, and maybe Leach channels through.
I just think it's a more dangerous game. And I guess who the starting quarterback of Houston is Donovan Smith, who lost his job.
Wow.
This is a very personal game. I'm going to say this: between the West Virginia and Houston game, they get a loss.
They get a loss.
Yeah.
All right. You sold me. Give me that Houston loss.
Yeah. I want the Leach
that.
Bowl.
Yeah, the Leach Bowl.
So that we would have them then sitting at 4-1 heading into October, and now they head to Waco, take on Dave Aranda and the Baylor Bears.
Yep.
Man, I got this as a loss.
Really?
This is a field goal game. If anyone knows for sure what's going to happen in this game, they're full of shit. All right. You feel confident about going into Waco?
I do not. Not especially not after that Mike Leach game and then Houston. And like I said, this is a true road game. West Virginia's a true road game as well.
Yeah.
Baylor, these are tough little road games they have here. This is the kind of game, like you said, field goal, last second, 24-22.
They could certainly win this, but they could certainly lose this.
Yeah, and they lose these type of games, actually. The hard fought.
I'm taking a loss. Second loss of the season right here.
I'm with you.
Now they host Kansas State, the reigning Big 12 champs. I think they get them.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think Kansas State's got to
goalpost is coming down.
Kansas State's
goalpost is coming down here.
Yeah, and Kansas State's lost a lot too. Into this year, I think they're going to be in a downer year,
especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
So that would set us at what would be 5-2 heading into Provo. They are not going to win in Provo, dude.
Okay,
it's not happening. I think that's the new sneakiest. Everyone says Morgantown's a sneaky road trip. Provo, you got that crazy elevation. You got this crazy fan base. You got them winning in BYU.
This is clash of cultures, if you will, coming in there, and the situation. Is this a night game? BYU's always got a night game.
I feel like
they're trying. Do they ever play a game before 10 p.m. out there? What the for a bunch of Mormons? What the fuck goes on over there?
They gotta wait for the caffeine to hit. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're doing. They
gotta wait for their god to go to bed. So
they're shooting Coca-Cola in the parking lot. Are they allowed to have caffeine?
Caffeine? No, absolutely not.
Okay, so I don't know what they're doing.
Just 9 wives, but I think BYU is a W there. Shout out to Salt Lake City. I'll be there in 2 weeks at Rumors.
Folks, get out there.
Or Wise Guys, not Rumors. Wise Guys.
Yeah, Wise Guys. Salt Lake City. 2 weeks from this episode will be probably a week and a half by the time this episode drops. Hit up CJ Sullivan on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. So that gives me what? That's the third loss, right?
Third loss. Yep.
They get a bye week, and then they're hosting TCU, who played in the national championship on a Thursday night. There's no way TCU's winning this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not on a Thursday night.
I love Texas Tech.
So that's another win there. Now they head to Lubbock.
The Lawrence.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Lawrence. Jeez,
Lubbock goes to Lawrence.
Yeah, Lubbock to Lawrence.
That was a movie, I think, in the 90s. Ernest goes to Lubbock, goes to Lawrence.
Yeah, Ernest goes to camp. They were plotting before Varney died. They had Ernest go into the Lubbock.
Poor Varney.
Buddy, this is a loss.
Woo!
This is number 4.
I love it.
Still okay on the over.
Yeah, Kansas at this point of the year. They're still
Jalen Daniels, stud, absolute stud. Then they host UCF. How do you think the Golden Knights are going to do in Lubbock?
The old Golden Knights. They dropped the name, right? Or they added the name.
They dropped it, but Tony Danza, come on, the Golden Knights, baby. All right?
I think Texas Tech bounces back. The way they finished off last year, I think as the season goes on, the better they're going to play too.
Yeah. So this is the big one then, November 24th, Friday. Yes. Black Friday, in Austin, Texas. This is the one. If they lose, we're on the under. If they win, well, unless what would you have them doing in the Kansas game? You had them losing?
We had them losing to Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with you on that.
So
what do we have them at?
That's 4 losses. So right now 7-4, and right here, the win total's at 7.5. You win, you're on the over. You lose, you're on the under. They win.
I was just gonna say
they win, baby.
It comes down if you're over under bet. Total comes down to the last week of the season at Texas.
They win.
Top 5 ranked. I mean, it couldn't set up more perfect. We finished hot. Texas loves choking down at the end.
They got to win one of these road games if they want the over.
And they're going to win this one.
This is it.
Give
me the over.
And ruin Texas' season.
8-4.
Ruin Texas' season while they're at it.
8-4. Now, do I feel good about this? Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Don't bet this.
but that gets them in the Big 12 game, right?
Yeah, potentially. Because it depends. If they lose to Oregon or Wyoming, that would be but I don't know. That'd be 4 Big 12 losses. That'd be 4 Big.
What are your thoughts on Oregon, real quick?
I think they're going to be very good, but I honestly think Texas Tech can beat them in Lubbock.
It won't even affect their season, Oregon season. I think their whole season comes down to the USC game.
Yeah, you and Utah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of think 4 losses in conference is going to be too much.
Yeah,
I think they're just on the outside.
Put on the board though. We'll take that over with your man Joey McGuire.
Yeah,
you convinced me.
Tyler Shough.
Listen, Shough.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a marketing genius to say what does shuck rhyme with and what does show rhyme with. What do you want?
What the shuck is what other fans are going to be saying.
What kind of nickname do you want here, pal? All right.
Folks, look, we're both on the over, but I think this number is dead accurate.
Yep.
I think it's dead accurate. I think Vegas nailed this thing. So don't rush over to the window to get this one.
Just a lean, not a play.
Unless you're a Red Raider fan, then you rush over. But look, folks, before we get out of here, I had a chance to sit down with Michael Barker, aka College Football Campus Tour. I got a chance to talk to him about his travels to Lubbock and what are they calling this? Jones AT&T Stadium, whatever the hell they're calling it now. It should be called Leach Stadium, in my opinion. Or maybe that would be Wazoo. I'm not sure. Folks, but look, with no further ado, here is that interview.
Disappear.
Joining me on the College Football Experience, Texas Tech Red Raiders 2023 season preview is none other than Michael Barker, a.k.a. College Football Campus Tour. Michael's been to every single FBS stadium, every single one. All 133. He's been to a lot of the FCS, and he documents all of his travel on his Twitter page. It's really a must follow. And it's only college football stadiums on this Twitter page. So get out there and follow at CFB Campus Tour. Like I said, 5, 6, 7 games a week. It's absolutely insane. The travel schedule alone, I couldn't imagine it. Michael, I appreciate you hopping on the show to talk a little bit about Texas Tech football and what do they call this now? Jones AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. And, the travel is part of it. It's whole part of the planning process. And when you get stadiums that you haven't been to in a while, for me, 2017, like Jones AT&T Stadium, you got to plot your return. And that's what I'm doing.
Oh, man. I mean, look, obviously we were very good friends with Mike Leach. And obviously that situation was really tragic with what happened with Coach. But you could argue that he put Texas Tech, really back on the map. And I've always wanted to go there and he would tell you this, he would say, like, despite the fact that he was bitter that they owed him money and he felt they really owed him that money. He would still say though, that there's a lot of damn good people in Lubbock and you should go catch a game there because, they're good people. So, I got to get to a game there. Tell me about the history of the stadium.
Yeah, so it opened in 1947, original capacity 27,000. It's up to 61,000 now. It's named after the third president in the history of Texas Tech University, Clifford Jones. In 2003, it underwent a $52 million modernization project. They added a 175,000 square foot press box on the west side with seats, and it added an additional 2,000 new seats. And the record crowd was in 2013 versus Oklahoma State, 61,836. And currently, it's undergoing a new project. It's going to be a construction zone during 2023. The south end zone is having it's called the Womble, WOMBL Football Center is being built. There's a new look to the south end zone. And in April, they talked about installing new turf and LED lights by the start of the stadium. So a lot of it is going to be new. One portion in the south end zone is not going to be done, but when it's done in 2024, it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'm Google imaging this right now. It looks like a cool stadium. It's kind of got the classic look to it outside. How many times have you been to this stadium?
So I've been there one time in my first year traveling 2017. And it was one of my favorite games I've been to. It was early season out of conference game versus Arizona State. The final score was 52-45. And Texas Tech's quarterback was Nick Shaminek, and he threw for, I'm butchering the pronunciation, but he threw for 543 yards and 6 touchdowns. It was a shootout, and Manny Wilkins for Arizona State, not a slouch in that game. So what do we got? 97 points in that game. It was really a very memorable one. And, like I said, I want to make up and get back there since it's been such a long time. They have a Thursday night game against TCU. That's a big rivalry, and that's November 2nd, and I'm going to be there.
Oh, hell yeah. Folks, you hear that? November 2nd. Make sure you give Michael a follow on Twitter because you got to get out there and meet up. I don't know, buy the guy a beer or something. Michael, I appreciate you hopping on the show. And look, folks, like I said, give him a follow. And, at CFB Campus Tour on Twitter. And I can't wait to see his travel schedule for the fall because I'm telling you, 5, 6, 7 games a week, every single week of the college football season. Simply unbelievable. I appreciate you hopping on the show, man, and maybe one day I can catch you at Jones AT&T Stadium for a Texas Tech game, man.
Yeah, you might see a flight ticket in the mail for November 2nd, but if not, we'll plan another game there.
Amen, brother. Amen. Thank you. Michael Barker, Lubbock, Texas. Sorry, came in a little hot. Woo! Came in a little hot. Tyler Shough needs to come in that hot in Laramie. All right.
I had to put glasses on.
Yeah. Jeez. Woo. I was not prepared for that. My apologies if you're listening, in the car and your speakers are terrible and you're driving on the wrong side of the fucking road. Sullivan, look, I'm on the over. You're on the over. How strong do you feel about this? Not
strong at all.
Yeah.
The very thin line between Lubbock and Haydock. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Between Shough
and
Shough.
Between Shough. I mean,
I don't
know what the Shough I'm thinking with this season, but I'm high on them. But the schedule is what the schedule is. So let's get it,
folks. Look, over. Let's play it. Let's go. Let's have fun. I want to see this happen. Folks, make sure you hop on over to Twitter and give CJ Sullivan a follow.
Yes.
CJ Sullivan _ check out the Bottom Line Bombs podcast.
Yes.
He's the man in the box for a reason.
Subscribe, download him, ignore him. I don't even care if you don't listen to him. Just get the goddamn numbers up, will you? What else are you doing?
And every Monday during the college football season,
yes,
the Bottom Line Bombs is going to merge with the college football experience. All right.
Yes.
You're going to be thinking, what the shuck are you listening to? But yeah, give them a follow and check out that. Subscribe to the college football experience. We are on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Yeah, follow away, but make sure you subscribe to the podcast. All right. Wherever podcasts can be found, give us 5 stars. All right. On iTunes, whatever, Spotify, whatever, get over there. We also host the FCS college football experience. You want to learn about, Texas does football right. They know about the FCS. Hop on over there, subscribe. Also, the college basketball experience, as I alluded to. Mark Adams gone. Now Grant McCaslin coming in. Wasn't that long ago that the Red Raiders were in the national championship with Chris Beard?
Yeah.
Subscribe over there. Also check out the Big 12 experience. For all things Big 12, you got to check out that podcast. And then the college baseball experience. Texas Tech keeps a good team. Check out all of them. They come together on YouTube as, youtube.com/the college experience. Subscribe there. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast as they do all 32 NFL teams solo episodes for win totals. Also just talking about how they think the team will fare. So check that out. Also, we just had Phil Steele on the show. Check out that. And Randy Cross. Go check out those episodes. Get the SGPN app. It's free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. Also, Discord. Come talk a little Red Raider ball with us. All right. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Until next time, folks, this is the college football experience. Tyler Shough style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.